Oh, Harry, I almost feel sorry for you if you were not so dumb. What a mess you have made of things. On Thursday, the world finally got the answer as to whether or not Harry and Meghan are going to show up on May 6th to the King's coronation. We learned that yes, indeed, Harry will be there, and I'm sure he'll be sitting next to a cousin inside Westminster Abbey, facing what might be the most difficult day of his adult life, while Meghan will be back in California doing goodness knows what. I mean, claiming to celebrate Archofficial's birthday, but who knows if that's true. There have been months and months of speculation, months of worrying, big headlines, and enough rumors to refloat the Titanic. But now we know that Harry is going to be attending his father's coronation next month, but Meghan won't. Instead, she's choosing to stay home, supposedly for her son Prince Archie's 4th birthday. Now, on paper, this seems to make a lot of sense. It seems to be pretty adult and pretty practical, a very sensible division of duties. But we know this is Meghan and Harry, so nothing is ever as it seems. There's nothing sensible about those two. It doesn't really matter what the spin is, what the cheery face that Team Sussex tries to put on. The reality is, this coronation move qualifies as a humiliation for Harry. Because make no mistake, this is certainly a huge climb down for Harry. I mean, it's like climbing all the way down from Mount Everest. Back in January, you couldn't even open Twitter or click on a news site without having to deal with Harry's signature just sucked a lemon face staring out at you as Harry was busy promoting his book Spare. He did some smug preaching about how horrible it was being a prince, and he told ITV's Tom Bradby when asked whether he would go to the coronation, there's a lot that can happen between now and then. The ball is in their court. But he didn't even stop there. During his round of spare selling interviews, he obviously still felt like he had a hand left to play. Harry publicly announced that he wanted to have a proper conversation with his family. He also said he would really like some accountability and an apology to my wife. And then in February, the Times reported the news that Harry wants an apology from Charles and William before he will attend the coronation. So, what is the only problem for Harry? Well, Charles and William have not given in to his demands. In fact, they have refused to step foot on the court. They are not playing ball. Instead, they've just ignored Harry's prolonged TV and book tantrums. It is 4 months after Harry made that announcement about the ball being in their court, so what has he actually gotten? Well, it looks to me like he has gotten an even colder shoulder from his family, and also the sudden need to find packing boxes in the Windsor area. It seems like Harry really was trying to strong arm his brother and father into doing what he wanted, to admitting the errors of their ways, but that just blew up in his face. We later found out that within 24 hours of Spare being published, Meghan and Harry were told they needed to clear out their home on the Windsor estate, Frogmore Cottage. Now, Harry's tell-all book may have sold pretty well, but it seems like Charles and William have been busy trying to mute his messages. The well-sourced Tom Bowers has reported in the Daily Beast that there has been no direct contact between Harry and his brother or father since Spare came out. So when Harry showed up back in London to go to the London High Court to indulge in his number one favorite pastime, putting the boot into the British media, he didn't even see his family. Soon enough, we found out that His Majesty was too busy to see Harry, even though the state visit that Charles and Camilla had planned to France had just been cancelled, leaving him doing, well, we don't really know what at home. And if there is a lesson in this for all spares of European monarchies, it is that trying to basically blackmail a king through a PR attack is not a clever way to go about it. But here we are with Meghan and Harry's housekeeper trying to clean his suit in spite of his terms not being met. His family hasn't given him a single inch. Harry has been frozen out by his father and brother, and he's even found himself with no real home in the UK. Now, people can try and dress up Harry's attendance to the coronation with all the, oh, he still loves his father stuff that you want. But Harry's attendance on May 6th is basically like a bank robber giving up and saying, all right, fine, just keep the money in the middle of the holdup. And that day itself could end up being mortifying for Harry. So I do hope that Mike and Zara Tindall are ready to make some small talk, because odds are they're going to be forced to save Harry from the humiliation of not having a senior member of his family make eye contact with him, let alone talk with him. It is highly unlikely that Prince William is even going to look in his direction. I mean, not only is Harry probably going to be blamed by the members of his family who actually matter when it comes to the monarchy, as well as by the two people who are his closest blood relatives, but all of this is going to be playing out in front of the world media. This might end up being very painful, like watching somebody being dumped on live TV, but surviving the 2 hour coronation itself is not going to be the end of the difficult emotional yards for Harry. After the service, the king and queen are going to find their way back to Buckingham Palace, and reportedly they will be followed by a final group of 15 who will represent the heartbeat and the future of the family. Again, it does not seem likely that Harry's going to be one of that number, so he'll just have to watch what was supposed to be his future literally pass him by. It doesn't really matter how happy and how high on life and other substances Harry may claim to be in California. He's about to be forced to come face to face with everything that he gave up when he ran away. I cannot see how the coronation could be anything but a humbling experience for him. But there is an upside. At least it will give him something juicy to write about in his next tell all memoir. And another thing is, please, please, King Charles, do not let him up on that balcony. If you give them an inch, they're going to take at least 1,000,000 miles, and then they're going to whine about it. King Charles is probably going to give Harry the bare minimum as a beloved family member, and then he'll send him packing. If King Charles gave in and allowed Harry on the balcony, there would be a lot of outrage. It would be vocal, and it would all be directed at him. And I'm not sure that's how he wants his coronation remembered, especially considering that this is supposed to be a state occasion. It's not a family party. So Harry should really just stop being such a hypocrite. Maybe he just needs to stay home in Montecito. It would definitely lighten the mood if he made that choice. And you, do you agree with me? If yes, please like and share my video with your friends and family members who would enjoy it too. If not, let us know your opinion below. And don't